Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you with just a little bit of chit chat, I guess you could say. I'm going a little stir crazy right now, not being able to go out and do any hauling, but it's all for the sake of taking care of my baby. But you saw my organization video that I did on Miss Peanut's Closet, and yes, when I am stressed, I have to find something to do. So whether it be shopping, whether it's cleaning, organizing, that has been a great stress reliever for me. So I worked in her closet, and in the midst of working on her closet, I've told you guys that I inherited my home and I inherited everything and anything that came along with it. Well, we've been here for 16 years and we haven't been able to throw away anything. So sometimes when I am in my mood of cleaning and going through some things, I find long lost treasures. So the first thing I want to share with you is a letter. I think not a letter. It's I have to open up my little thing here. It's not a letter. Actually, it was an assignment that I had to do in school. And what is ironic about this is it was 20 years ago. So I just happened to, go up in Miss Peanut's closet. And if you saw the videos on Instagram, you seen like at the top of her closet was full of just all kinds of stuff. Well, I found my Trapper Keeper, I guess is what it's called. And I found an assignment that I did back when I was in school. Back in college. And I thought it was just kind of ironic to read it, just because it still holds true to today. So I just want to share it with you, and then I'm going to show you my treasures. It was asking me, why do I like being in college? And then what did I want to become in school? So basically my major or whatever. So at the time I was going to school for nursing. So, I said I wanted to become a nurse and be able to work. At the time I wanted to be able to work in hospice care because we had a relative, my great aunt, who was terminally ill. And so I wanted to be able to care for her. So I was trying to go through my classes as quick as I could so that I could, be able to care for her. But I wasn't able to. So moving on, in the assignment, I had told my teacher, I have a 4-year-old at the time, and that I was, currently involved with Boss Man. And then it said, I'm a quiet person until you get to know me. That's still true. I have a quick temper. My dream is to live a good life. And I thought about that when I read that, and I said, wow, 20 years ago, this is what I was thinking. And I still think that to today. And it's come to pass. So I thought that was just awesome. I said my dream is to be married within the next 2 years. Well, at the time this was written, I think it was still about 9 or 10 years later before we got married, but that's okay. And then I just said my dream is to see my daughter succeed and pursue her highest dreams. And so that is still my dream. That is still my goal for baby girl and now Miss Peanut to, pursue their highest dreams. And so I just thought that was so ironic that I wrote this. And like I said, this was 20 years ago. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I just wanted to share. But anyway, moving on, let me show you some finds that I found within my home that was long lost treasures, to me. So the first thing I found was gift boxes. Brand new, still in the cellophane, 3 gift boxes. They're shirt boxes. And I thought that was cool because, Christmas is coming. So that was one thing. I also found a gift. It looks like it's a man's scarf. So like how men wear the scarves in the wintertime. It's like it doesn't say what type of material. I haven't opened it, but brand new, still in the package. Then I found what I thought was so ironic. I found some vintage, I guess you could say, wrapping paper. It says it's a assorted gift wrap, 12 sheets. And it's from the store Woolworth. So if y'all are, old enough to remember that store, I remember that store. My nanny used to take me to that store. I used to shop for baby girl in that store. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then I just started kind of looking through the gift wrap just to see how old it is, I guess you could say. So like this one here, it's real vintage. But I was looking through it, and of course my DIY wheels start turning. Here's another one. And it's got little snowmen on it. So I thought that was kind of cool. Here's one here. And I actually have some paper that's similar to this, but, newer, more up to date, I guess you could say. Here's one that has some squirrels on it. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then this one, some other little animals outside, different animals. Some polka dots, some more animals, more polka dots. My grandmother must didn't like this one because there's another sheet of the animals. Here is some with houses, and I thought that was so cool. Just kind of, I was looking at it. There's people ice skating, people on the, what do you call it? The horse and buggy ride, just kind of enjoying the festivities. So I thought that was nice. And then here's one with some kids around the Christmas tree. Looks like they're opening presents. And then she had in here some more green and white polka dots, some blue and white polka dot. And then when I looked, because I wanted to kind of see, can I figure out, how long ago this was that my grandmother had this stuff? And this one, 1988. These are little stamps and little labels. 1988. So this was back when my grandfather passed away. My grandfather passed away January 88. And so this was December 88 that she had these things here. Then there was another set. Let me see. Does it say 84? Oh, wow. So these ones here, little stamps from 84. And then the ones that fell out the bag, these ones were from 94. And I just thought this was really cool. So I have all these like vintage style stamps. They're not like postal stamps. And you know how you get those mailings from like the American Lung Society? So that's what I believe these are all from. Yes. So I just thought it was really cool to, see these little items and, something of my grandmother's that she kept. And you guys all know Christmas is my favorite holiday. So I thought that was kind of cool. But then I also found, and I thought this was cool. I think this is like a baby shower wrapping or Easter. But it looks like this. So I don't know which way. Oh, this way. But it looks like this. So it's the pink and the blue. And I thought that was really kind of cool. She even has some black and gold in there. And then there's some more. Yes, it's a baby shower wrapping. But I thought that was really cool. I mean, my grandmother had all this stuff. Then there was another set of wrapping. And it's silver. It has the bow in it. Still in the package. And this was back then $3.75 according to the label. So I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, the bow is all smushed, but that silver wrapping can be used. So there's something else that I found that I thought was really pretty that I'm going to see if I can incorporate it in my decor. Are these stockings. This is the first one. And I remember my grandmother hanging these in the house. Even though we were all gone and everything, she still hung stockings no matter what. Here's another one. Really pretty. And then this last one, I thought was gorgeous. It's green and gold and cream. So these were her stockings that she hung every year. And then there was just a little red and gold bow. So I thought that was really kind of cool. So, it's something when you have family heirlooms or whatever, if you have a older person in your life and you're able to, kind of go through some of their things. really, really nice. I mean, my grandmother's passed, but this goes to show you, she also was a planner. She always shopped and kept things, and so I just happened to find this in Peanut's closet. So I thought it was so cool. I can still smell her perfume in the wrapping paper. But I was looking at it and I'm thinking about possibly doing a DIY with maybe one or two, not all of it, but just one or two, just to kind of, commemorate my grandmother. Maybe a picture frame or something to that effect. Just to, kind of have a little piece of my nanny right there. Excuse me, I dropped something. But just have a piece of nanny, in the house and everything, and with the stockings and stuff. So that's all I wanted to share. I just had a great time just kind of going through, organizing, and then, finding these treasures. So just want to share my treasures, and you guys have a great day. Please like and comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.